packing.
All right. Buenos dias, guys.
Buenos dias.
Welcome to Decatur, where it is
Greater.
So I really appreciate you guys coming in and getting your little coffee, your little pastry, finding a seat. So let's get this started. So we are recording. I am recording this, so I'm going to be editing it and posting it. So I got the camera there. There was an outburst.
I said, look at your cursing. You said we're being recorded.
Okay.
No cursing, Art.
What?
All right, so just covering that disclaimer. And then please silence your cell phones. That way they won't go off, and I'll do that myself. So I'm going to introduce the leadership team. So we have myself as president. We've got Alex Merritt, who may come in a little bit late. As vice president, we have Justin Reams as the secretary-treasurer. Membership committee is Stuart Jones, Randy Godfrey, Seth Fox, Tom Warnke. And then the visitor hosts are Sadeh, Albino, Evan Kirstein, Bronwyn Arnold. And then the education coordinator is Stephen Bentley. And the mentor coordinator is Misty Palmer. So we're going to talk about new members. So we have Sharday and Veronica. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring them up so we can induct them. Bring out the goat's blood. All right, so welcome, Sharday and Veronica. So let's all stand up, and we're going to do the BNI Networking Code of Ethics. And I'm going to read it out, and then the response, everyone will say, I will, right? Or I will too. Yeah, that's the response. All right. Say again?
And we will too.
And we will too. Sorry. And we will too, yes. All right. I will provide the quality of services at the prices that I have quoted.
I
will.
And we will too.
I will be truthful with the members and their referrals.
I will.
And
we will too.
I will build goodwill and trust among members and their referrals.
I will.
And
we will too.
I will take responsibility for following up on the referrals I receive.
I will.
And
we will too.
I will display a positive and supportive attitude with BNI members.
I will.
And
we will too.
I will live up to the ethical standards of my profession.
I will.
And
we will too.
And act like you're happy. There we go. Thank you.
Wonderful. Awesome. All right, so we're going to pass around the business card binder. And also we have a contact sheet at the front, so that has all of the members' information. It is up to date, so feel free to get one of those. So our core values, so we have 7 of them. Givers gain, building relationships, lifelong learning, traditions and innovations, positive attitude, accountability, and recognition. And since I'm going to be talking in a little bit more about it, I'm going to talk about something a little different. Normally I choose positive attitude, but I'm going to talk about accountability. So the definition that BNI has is we keep the promises we make, especially when it is hard to do so. This creates trust and supports strong relationships. So something that my mom taught me from an early age is overpromise and underpromise and overdeliver. Okay, so I always try to do that. And then something that I always think about is always have the ball in the other person's court. Like I never want to be left holding the ball, making sure that it's the other person that I'm waiting on. And that's it. So we have our networking education moment with Senor Stephen Bentley.
Hey guys, thank you for coming, all the guests. Welcome. So I'm going to be doing something where I'm going to kind of do a core value series, because there's some core values that personally I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know. Of course, we always know like givers gain, but building relationships is one that's most of us know, but I want to kind of expound on that. So most of us know networking. The whole idea of networking is in any type of group, and this also applies to real life, but also business, is kind of moving your relationship through a pretty specific series of phases that you'll have with, and then you'll replicate that and go along. And then it evolves, of course, because you know people for a long time and you kind of go through those phases maybe again and again. So, like I said, it kind of applies to real life in any environment that we're in, that kind of phase kind of idea. But the message today is to reassure our newer members and also to encourage our visitors that groups like BNI will work, and they do work. But a lot of times it takes time and effort and patience for the benefits to surface. And depending on what your profession is, the amount of time may increase as the complexity and value of your business increases. So some people have a business that's complex that might not get a referral every single time. Some will have that. But that's kind of the idea of building the relationship. So 3 big things too about relationship building, and some of this is common sense, but it might help to refresh it, is knowing the person or knowing them. What do they do? What are they all about? Where do they do it? What else do they do in maybe their personal life? Who do they know? Where are they from? Common sense questions, like about their family or knowing them. But and there's many more questions to that. But the next step would be liking somebody. And I'm not saying that you have to be best friends and plan a vacation every year with them for the rest of your lives. But you probably want to like them or find pieces that you say like, hey, I value this part of that relationship with that person, even though sometimes this, you get it. We have people that we're drawn to in this group. Right? So, but am I pleasant? Am I respectful? Do I show up when and where I say I would? What things do we have in common? What are the values that we have in common? So, other stuff like that. We can really go in depth on that. So, then the last one, and maybe the most important thing, is trusting that person or knowing that person and I can trust them with. Do people believe that I know what I'm doing? Have I demonstrated my knowledge to them or to the group? Have I volunteered to help them in some kind of way that, like, was free, just to help them to kind of build that trust? Do I have behaviors and habits that instill belief in me? And then have I problem solved for anyone, like I just said? So until you move through these 3 phases of relationship building with members of the group, you may feel like BNI isn't necessarily working. But you just have to have the trust and patience and really planning those one-on-ones that we have to do with people continually. So that's it for my education minute, and I want to start ending them all with let's get better every week. Thank you.
All right, so Danielle Smoot was the Ivan Award winner. For those of you that don't know, the Ivan Award is presented to the person with the best 60-second spotlight. She is not here, so let's go ahead and say Justin. Justin, I want you to go ahead and listen to the commercials and then see who does the best ones. We do have a backup one here. All right. Remember, this is in random order, so just look at the bottom right. So Randy is the first person. Did I see Randy?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Zio, take it away.
Hey there, BNI Decatur. We're approaching winter. Obviously, that's a slower period for the painting business, so I want you to think about me when you have talks with your friends and family. Think about the cabinets in their homes, right? A lot of times people will attempt to paint their own cabinets. We get calls all the time about, oh, I got these cabinets and the paint's peeling off. Well, it's a very intensive process. We do a wonderful job with the right products and bring our experience to bear. So looking for cabinets, looking for popcorn ceiling removals, things that we can do in the inside. I appreciate all that you do for us. Randy Godfrey, 360 Painting. We got you covered from every angle.
Morning, everybody. Jordan Laurie with Clearmire State Farm, specializing in life and disability income insurance. Today, I wanted to touch briefly on group life insurance and small business. I think that we're often trying to, save money to increase our bottom line when we think about benefits or expenses or things like that. But one of the most expensive things, and I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this, is one of the most expensive things for our business is retraining new employees when we lose ones who've been with us for a period of time, right? And studies show that employee retention is considerably higher when we offer a robust benefits package, especially that includes life insurance. It shows that we as employers care about our employees and their families. It's a quite manageable expense relative to however many employees you may or may not have. So this week I'm looking for any small business owners who want to increase their long-term employee retention with life insurance as a benefit, because we all have to go sometimes. But
Hey, that's live. Good morning, sales team.
Morning.
I'm Art Wood. I'm the mortgage guy. I'm going to teach you a useless mortgage acronym, DSCR. Anybody know what it stands for? Oh, answer. You do?
Debt service coverage ratio.
Fantastic. Oh, I just put you in debt service. That's exactly right. So what debt service coverage ratio is, you can only get it on investment property, but it's ultimately a no-income loan. So as long as the market rent is more than the mortgage payment, you can basically get the loan. So ultimately, as long as you have decent-ish credit, and you've got a lot of money to put down and a lot of equity. For instance, Stuart gave me a great referral, didn't have a whole lot of income at all, was moving, had left the house, was going to rent it out, needed $100,000 to renovate it, but she didn't have the income to do it. But the net rental income was like, or the rental income was like $3,000, the mortgage payment was $1,500, and she ended up with a 6.99 interest rate, 30-year fixed. So for those that need to get money out of investment property, send them to me. I'll turn that mortgage into a work of art.
Morning, BNI Decatur. My name is Ivan Ramon. I'm with Horizon Windows and Doors. As Ruben wanted to motivate us to talk about a story about our clients, I have a story of a client that we recently, that the client lived out of town. He lived in South Carolina, and he needed to schedule the windows for a unit that he bought recently here in Georgia, in Atlanta. And so we were able to schedule the installation on a day that he was able to kind of fly in to be present for us to do the installation. And so we were able to stay with us, to be with us for the installation. And we did it all in one day, 7 windows.
Finish.
On your horizon.
On your horizon.
Sorry.
The remainder of the story is on the
We have a separator.
Alright, good morning BNI. Today is World Mental Health Day. What is mental health? Mental health is a state of well-being that affects how people think, feel, and act. It's a key part of health and well-being, so what are you doing to support your mental health? I invite you to take a moment for yourself to unwind from the day-to-day stress of life, refocus your thoughts, and recenter your body with a massage. I'm Kayla, subbing First Aid Aid with Touch Therapy Co. Learn to touch and be touched like never before. Oh, sorry, no.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Bronwyn with SWAG, and SWAG stands for
Screen printing, weddings, advertising, and giveaways.
We hold the promotional product seat in this chapter. And today I actually just saw Ann, architecture, who used to be this chapter in the Virginia Highlands. So I'm in my 60 seconds on that. If y'all are interested in holiday cards for your clients or your employees, or holiday gifts for your employees or your clients, those are great referrals for us. Last year with Ann, we did a custom mailing box with cute little snowmen and her logo all over them. Some of y'all received them. Inside it, we did custom packaging, a tumbler with her logo, and then hot chocolate bombs with her logo on them. We custom packaged them, wrapped them, and did everything from idea to sourcing everything, making it, packaging it, shipping them all to her clients, and then just sending her a bill and handing her the extras. So if that's something that you are interested in, now would be a good time to just start chatting about it. Brought on the SWAG. Thanks.
You're up.
Oh,
Good morning, everybody. I am very, very excited to be amongst everyone today and a new member as your property and casualty.
You don't have to say that.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sharday. I'm super excited and honored to be a proud member of the BNI chapter Decatur. I am now your property and casualty insurance specialist. So if you guys have any questions, I do insurance reviews. A great referral for me right now would be, you might know anybody with a home and auto Anybody? I look for So I look for that, and I'm more than happy to service you guys. Sade Higgins with Allstate.
Morning, Chelsea. Richard Morris, or Inspector Rick. My company's Moreland Property Inspections, perform residential commercial inspections. I've been talking about new construction a lot lately, and the fact that I also perform arbitrations on behalf of a law firm that represents a warranty company. So once you get to the end of the first year of having new construction, then I look at the house, or if you're not satisfied with it and you're mad at the builder, you guys go back and forth, then I'm typically calling out to kind of hash out the differences in what's owed. Now, the biggest thing I see is a misconception on what you're supposed to get versus what you actually get. That's the biggest thing. And some of the complaints and concerns I see are really very little, and the builder fights over it. So last week I said I had to go straight over to an arbitration, which ended up being the most contentious one I've ever been at. Because when I was there, the lady actually ran out the house and kicked the builder off of her property, and it was exciting. So, on my side, well, for Richard Morris, Moreland Property Inspections, I'd love to look at new construction.
Hey, good morning. My name is Hunter Gurney with Gurney Benefits. I was inspired by Evan's A on his hand last week. So today I want you to take a pen, write health insurance costs on your middle finger. Throw people their middle finger, and if they get angry at the sight of health insurance costs, they're a great world. Hunter Gurney with Gurney Benefits.
Yeah, we're all done.
Well, everybody, I'm the group's roofing expert. I'm going to move back here so I can actually talk to you guys. I want to talk about storms because we just had a big one go through, and Florida's about to get smashed again. I've been on 3 different roofs within the past 2 days that literally had no damage, and because there was a named storm, they called it in. That just because you have an old roof does not mean that the insurance company owes you a new one. So please do not just call a roofer and go, hey, I want my new roof. I heard an insurance agent, who shall remain nameless, got a call from a lady, and the lady literally said, hey, my roof's old, I want a new roof. And the agent had to say, hey, that's not really how things work. You have to have real damage. So, all that to say, if you want someone to help you and be an advocate through the entire process, call me, Joel Wagner with Fraser Roofing.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm not Abby Griffith, but I am John McMurdo, and I'm speaking for Abby Griffith. So Abby owns Clarity Fitness, of which I am a member, but Georgia's first body-positive fitness studio on downtown Decatur Square. The Clarity team works with a lot of athletes looking to be successful in their sport without it negatively impacting their mental health. Next week on Wednesday at noon, Clarity is hosting a webinar with a sports psychologist speaking to this exactly. If you know any youth athletes, she asks that you forward them to the event page on clarityfitness.com for them to register and get the support they deserve. Abby Griffith with Clarity Fitness.
You are enough.
Hey everybody, Seth with Olympic Auto Sales. We sell quality pre-owned cars, $25,000 or less. I'm going to follow a page from Misty and do an educate mask today. So, first, educate. With the storms, there are a lot of flood vehicles out there. The education is those cars do not go away. There are some shady dealers out there that will buy them, clean them up, and sell them, not disclosing that they are flooded cars. Flooded cars, especially with salt water, have a lot of electrical issues that can 99% of the time never be fixed, and they won't creep their heads out until months down the road. So if you or you know somebody looking at a pre-owned vehicle, even if it's not from me, I'd be happy to get them a Carfax report for free just to help them out to see the history and verify that it is not a flood vehicle. Certainly want to stay away from that. And next would be anybody who has lost their vehicle to the storms. I would love to be able to help them out with a specialty. Aside from Olympic Auto.
Good morning, sales team. My name is Tom Wood. I'm with the Oak Insurance Group, and I'm the group's business insurance agent. I help business owners protect their business. We do that with the general liability, the workers' comp insurance, Whatever they need, I specifically make a customized policy package for them without breaking the bank. We want to make sure that we're being very respectful to the checkbook, so you can reinvest that money back into your business and make more money. So a good referral for me is a business owner that hasn't had an insurance review in a while, wants to take a look at their business policy or their workers' comp, their business auto insurance, whatever it is they have for their business, and make sure that they don't have any gaps. Tom Work with the Open Insurance Group. Strong as a oak.
Good morning, everyone. Veronica Caseno with Citizen Advocacy. We support folks via one-on-one empowerment relationships. I want to speak to the power of the ordinary. This refers to the idea that ordinary people, just like each one of us, has the inherent ability to profoundly impact the lives of others. You don't need a special status, wealth, authority, professional experience to make a significant difference in somebody's life. Ordinary moments, ordinary people create connection, foster community, and a shared understanding. In the ordinary, we find consistency, comfort, and grounding. Ordinary action often leads to extraordinary outcomes. And we see that on a regular basis in citizen advocacy, and we want you to be a part of it. Thanks.
Good morning, BNI. Evan Curtis, Progressive Growth Coaching. Today I'm going to ask you to use your hands again. We're going to play a game called Never Have I Ever, except you're not going to drink coffee. You're going to put your hand up in the air. Okay, put your hand up in the air if you understand. Okay, cool. Okay, so since people that have ADHD have a little weird nuances about themselves, and it's not just you forget things. You forget the strange things, like to turn the oven off or the sink, or you sink a boat, something like that. Okay, so never have I ever raised your hand and said you do something that you had no idea what you were going to do. Volunteered for something that you had no idea what it was going to be about. Solved a puzzle before anybody else. Studied something outside of school just because you were curious, but got you in trouble. Been the star of a show.
Been what?
Been the star of a show. Pulled random facts out of your ass. Pulled random facts out of your ass at the wrong time. Hyper-focused to make a 2-hour deadline in 30 minutes. Okay, we all have a conscience and we all need to give grace to people with ADHD. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, sales team. I'm Stuart Jones with Floor Coverings International. We provide flooring for your home and your small office. You guys might know Leona. Leona's on the BBC. She's pretty cool. But we did a rubber floor for her in her big fancy house in Stockbridge in her big fancy gym. And she said, hey, and she was the second one this month, hey, do you do other flooring? What's the answer to that? Yes, we do. And so I'm going to go see her this week or next week, because she wants carpet in her bedroom. So just to let y'all know, we don't just do rubber floors, we don't just do stair runners, we do anything that you walk on except for concrete. So at Floor Coverings International, we love it.
You walk all over us.
Jacob, you're up next. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Jacob with Athletes Potential. Our model is that we get to, we're a performance-based physical therapy practice, and we get to work with people over a prolonged period of time to work on not just overcoming injury, but being able to improve performance. And performance can be a sport, it can be life. A great example of more of a life goal of someone that we get to work with now is, this person came in because she had knee pain and shoulder pain, and now she's well past that, and now her goal is to be able to make it to where she can watch her granddaughters graduate from high school, right? So able to help manage some of her healthcare from that standpoint, which is amazing. So a little bit of if you know anybody that's struggling with their healthcare in particular, and they're using pain as a reason why they can't get into a more consistent routine. My shoulder, I would go to the gym, but my knee hurts, right? That'd be a great referral for us. We are super cognizant about how to navigate the world of training, the world of performance, and the world of healthcare in a way that is applicable to everybody, no matter where they're at in their healthcare journey. So, an athlete's going to keep a body.
You're an athlete.
Buenos dias.
Yes.
So my name is Ruben Rodriguez, and I'm the group's commercial real estate broker, and I work with owner-operators and investors, specializing in buying, selling, and tenant and landlord representation with leases. So it's my job to help you find the perfect property that helps meet your business needs or maximize the value of your current real estate assets. So a perfect referral for me is if you or someone you know is looking to expand their operations, relocate to a new location, or invest in income-generating properties, I've got the expertise and resources to assist them every step of the way. This message has been brought to you by Tequila Ocho. What time is it?
Tequila time.
That thing's almost happened.
Not when he started this morning.
Good morning, sales team. Michael McClellan with Decatur Neighbors. I like the sort of like what I'm hearing today regarding the theme. Sounds like education. As far as like what we do, all of us, we sort of educate everybody on the folks that we meet with, the communities, the other businesses on what we do. I actually have a platform with Decatur Neighbors where we're always looking for our experts and what they provide. And if you're looking to, if you or someone you know might be looking to connect with a very affluent community here in Decatur, North Decatur, Avondale Estates, we have a platform that actually allows you to really educate the community on what you do. It's called an expert contributor. I'd love to talk to you guys about that or someone that you may know. Currently, I'm looking for a carpet cleaner, HVAC company, and an interior designer. If you know someone's in those fields, those would be great referrals from me. So Mike McClellan, Decatur Neighbors.
Good morning, BNI Decatur. I'm Stephen Bentley, the Digital Marketing Chair for the group. I can tell you a little story about, I got an inbound lead the other day about, it's called Nissan Marietta, and they're formerly AutoNation, and they wanted help. We have a service that will go out and clean all their names, listings, profiles that say AutoNation. So I wanted to bring that up because technically that service, what we do, is perfect for people who either have a name change, or they change their address, or they're new, or they don't have that stuff set up, because a lot of times what that does is the 70 sites we put you out on, a lot of them you know, some of them you don't. It helps your authority score, like a backlink, and then you can control it a whole lot easier, like your hours on each of those sites. And it really just builds out real estate on the web for yourself, so you kind of control a little bit better. And especially that goes to Google as well. So your Google profile is included with that, and there's definitely some tricky things with the Google profile. So I'm Stephen Bentley with Drive Your Business
Smarter.
Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all. I'm AJ. I'm a paralegal at Bagwell & Associates. I'm subbing for John. He is in Hawaii. Just kidding, he had a closing. So I'm what they call a pre-closer, so I do most of the front-end work of a closing. I clear the title, I start all the communication with all the parties. One of my favorite things to do is help new home buyers, people who are buying their first homes, kind of go through the process. So if you know anybody that's doing that, we can hook up with an agent, lender, me. I'm pretty good.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome too. A great referral for us right now are agents that are seeking to diversify their listing portfolio by teaming with investors to find and list fix and flip properties in the metro area. Also, undeveloped land parcels in rural parts of the state are kind of big for us right now. Unlike large closing firms where it can feel like you're just another number, we take pride in giving each closing our full attention and dedication. Bagwell & Associates, where each closing is a new. Yeah, we flip it.
I think he has a son.
Good morning, Decatur. I'm Lindsay Sullivan. I'm the travel advisor for the group. I just finished up a big wedding, so I have some free time now for some groups. So my ask this week was, well, also Danielle's not here, but I got the wedding from Danielle. So thanks to BNI, I've been super busy. But I just got all the final payments, so I'm looking for, family reunions, weddings, anyone like that you hear of, just reach out to me. I would love to help do some big group trips. I also have this Alaska trip that I talked about last week. I printed some flyers that has the itinerary, the times, and everything like that. So if you're interested in going to Alaska on a cruise, I have these flyers. So come up to me afterwards. We can talk more about it, and everyone's invited. Tell anyone you want. Let's all go to Alaska if you want. All right. I plan, you pack.
Yeah. I missed that.
Aria Bondi, attorney. Today I want to tell you a story about a son who's been embezzling from his own mother. Just kidding. REA is an attorney specializing in estate planning, business law, and litigation. Good referrals for RH are anyone with a family, with a business, or best of all, anyone with a family business. REA Bondi attorney.
Good morning, everyone. I want to talk about a job this past week. Basically, I went out to a customer's house. They were having some water getting into the egg basement of the house. We talked about everything. There's a couple of solutions that I could do, but I ended up recommending a solution that wasn't my business. So I want to just talk about that. It sounds like I'm like patting myself on the back a little bit, being honest or whatever. But the point I want to drive home is that if you give me a referral, you can rest assured that when I go to your referral, I'm not just going to be out there trying to make every dollar I can possibly make. I'm going to bring my experience to the problem and give them the best solution, not just the most like profitable one that I can possibly think of. So, thank you guys.
I think Israel is sick.
Good morning, everybody. Savar Alec here with Georgia Pack and Load, your moving company. Today I'll talk about something a little different. I'm looking to partner up with all businesses, especially here. I would send someone to create a video about your business and present on our social media. So please reach out to me, send me a text message, call me, or email so we can connect, and let's create those videos in the next 2 to 3 months so we can have it. We'll present out, and also you guys will have access to those videos if you want to use it for your businesses. Thanks. Salo with Georgia Pack and Load.
Morning, guys. Justin Reams with My Exterior Cleaner, your go-to exterior cleaning experts. So whether you're trying to soft wash a roof or soft wash your house or pressure wash any of your flat surfaces. Today I actually just want to talk about a little bit of a power of BNI kind of thing. Basically, Randy and I were at an emergency one-to-one last Friday, and over the conversation and everything, I got charged up, and I just walked around all of the businesses at within Oakhurst, and we have more than half of the businesses took advantage of the little promo that I've been offering lately, where we're going to pressure wash our emblem all across Oakhurst. So if you're at the Oakhurst Porch Fest, feel free to take a picture of the beautiful concrete and tag us in social media and whatnot. But yeah, so I basically just want to say thank you both to Randy and BNI, because without BNI I wouldn't have had the strength, confidence, or ability to quickly talk about the business. So thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Missy Palmer with Tampa Bay. I should have moonwalked. Each week I like to educate and ask. So the educate is, our bank has a service that we call Treasury Services. It's basically our business online banking platform. For small businesses, if you have 2+ employees, most banks say 10+ employees, but 2+ employees, we have a system where you can give that person access to make deposits for you, but not necessarily see your balances. Or your CPA can pull statements to reconcile your documents every month, but again, they don't have the ability to transfer. So we want to bank the way you want to bank. Again, I'm going to ask for attorneys and medical professionals, because those seem to be the offices that have 2+ employees that really need that service. They're seeing patients and their clients throughout the day, and they don't have time to worry about who's scanning the checks, who's pulling statements, and who's doing their documents. Misty Palmer with Tampa Bay.
It takes 2 to tango.
Okay.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Les with City Bank Southeast. I'm the group's credit card merchant processor for businesses that do credit card processing through terminals, POS systems, and online processing. My ask today, I think, will be for e-commerce businesses. They oftentimes use Shopify, which sometimes charges 2.5 to 3% on each one of those transactions. So if you know anyone looking to save a little money, I can help them with that. And also, sorry that I've been missing for a little while. You know, we beat Georgia recently, and then we turned around and lost Benny.
That was so crazy.
Well, yeah, City Bank Southeast were less is more.
Good morning, BNI. My name is Jackson Stout. As you know, I'm JD Kellen's business partner at the Kellen Group. We're your residential real
estate experts. Today we just want to put on everyone's radar. We have several friends, family, and past clients that were severely affected in the Western Carolina region by Helene last week. So we are going to be organizing a second wave of relief support for them. There's an overwhelming amount of water and things like that they just don't know where to put right now. So we're working with local agents and businesses in the areas as well as relief groups to find out what do they need next, because you may know most of them lost literally everything as their entire houses were completely washed away. So just put it on your radar that in November we're going to be organizing this, and our ask is that if you or anyone that you know your companies want to support, we will get a list of what is needed most by them and help get it up there.
Good morning, BNI. Today I'm a much improved upon version of Mike Hockney, your mold professional. Is your home plagued by mold? Don't let hidden mold compromise your health or your property. Pure Maintenance is an industry leader in mold remediation and prevention. We use a completely non-toxic approach to ensure your space is safe and mold-free without harmful chemicals. Our expert team will get you fast, reliable service so you can breathe easier and have the peace of mind that Pure Maintenance has your health as our priority. It says, pause for dramatic effect. I got mold. No, you don't.
Good morning, everyone. Aaron with ATL Music Lessons, your local music school, offering lessons on piano, guitar, ukulele, voice. Good to be back after a couple weeks. Been out. Had an interesting experience with a student yesterday, actually. She came in for a lesson, did a great job. Mom came up to the studio at the end of the lesson, said, what did you learn today? And she said, he didn't really teach me anything. I have to admit, it was true. I really didn't teach her much. She came in, she wanted to learn What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie, pulled it up on the iPad, she got to work, she did the whole thing. She learned it by herself. I came over to, check that measure, that's B flat there, but other than that, she did the whole thing by herself. So and that is by design. We are actually teaching our students to be independent, because 95% of being a musician, you are practicing by yourself. You don't have your teacher with you, so that is what we try to instill in all of our students at our year. Great referral for me this week would be anyone who wants to take music lessons and not learn anything. Let's go music lessons, stop dreaming,
start playing.
Good morning, Decatur.
Good morning.
All right, I'm taking a slight detour from my plan today because I have important announcements. The original Eleganza herself will be in town this weekend. So if you feel a sudden elevation in the quality of life in the city, because my mom is here. Now, in terms of, on a note actually, the point of a deep clean really is to do just that, to elevate the quality of your space, right? To tackle those areas that you know you are not going to clean yourself, you don't want to, it's annoying. Baseboards, doors, top of the ceiling fan, top of the fridge, those areas. So I am a great referral for anybody who has a mother or a mother-in-law who will judge you for the quality of your space.
Okay, did we miss any of the members? Okay, so now we're going to allow our visitors to stand up and to tell us who you are, what you do, and if you are in an industry that overlaps with one of our members, we ask that you don't ask for a referral, but if you are clear, ask away. So we'll start over here to the left, to my left. Oops.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Cage. I'm actually Brown's brother. Temporarily here from Asheville, North Carolina, so I'd love to connect over those efforts. I'm an art consultant with Momentum Gallery in downtown. We are one of the Southeast's most premier galleries. We represent about 100 artists in our permanent roster. 75% of those artists are regional, so they also lost quite a bit in the storm. So we are trying to come up with efforts not just to heal the community, but also make sure our artists can still work, because that's how they make money. So yeah, again, love to connect, and when the time's right, flooring, mold, reconstruction, I'll keep you all in mind. Thank you.
Who are you?
Anyway, I'm John McMurdo, Second Helpings Atlanta. Thanks.
So we're about to indicate Rainy. We are in Empowered Life. Right now, as y'all know, Thanksgiving is creeping up on us. That's most, time that we gonna eat and enjoy family. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that everybody knows that we are doing a gut cleanse right after Thanksgiving. So what you're gonna be taking in, we want to make sure that you pass it. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. If you know anybody that's interested in doing a gut cleanse or just pursuing a healthier lifestyle, definitely let us know. We're here to make sure we help people help themselves. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Kevin Friend. I'm visiting from the East Cobb chapter. My business is called The Firm. We do small business consulting with a focus on legal, just to give you an example of what we do, bless you. We had a client of ours who is a roofer. They had someone that paid them half of their bill and refused to pay the rest. We had inspectors go out to make sure that everything was done properly. It was. They just didn't want to pay. So we wrote a letter to the homeowner that wouldn't pay. They got their lawyer. Within 2 weeks, we got our client's money, no litigation, none of that, just a simple letter. These are little things that we can do for you on the legal side. We also do contract review, negotiation review. We also look at your formation, make sure you're doing everything to maintain your LLC or whatever you may have. So if you do end up in litigation, God forbid, your personal assets are not on the line. We do it on a sliding scale, depending on your monthly fee on a sliding scale, and depending on what your business made, that's what we charge. Give me a call. I'm Kevin Friend at The Firm. We handle your business. What? Tuesday. Tuesday mornings at 7:30. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Next. Would you like to talk about what you do? Or?
Oh, well, so my name is Piper Odney. I'm Mike's wife. We've been involved with Pure Maintenance for a few businesses, our own franchises of the Pure Maintenance variety. And I've actually been involved in all of those kind of, doing all the little things that either Mike doesn't want to do or doesn't know how to do, like building our website and making marketing materials and stuff like that. But one thing is, like, I've seen how this Pure Maintenance protocols changed lives. The old way of dealing with mold is just so ineffective and expensive and stressful that this Pure Maintenance two-step dry fog remediation process is just pretty amazing. Even though I don't really understand the science behind it, I definitely am a fan of it. So thank you for your guys' time. She's just my guest.
It's my first one.
Yeah.
There's so much more than that. There's so much more than that.
Yeah, Mike's family.
I'm Piper and Mike's are back.
Yeah. These are living
painting and wallpapering.
She's the sound partner.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much. So now we're going to take a 5-minute break, and I'm going to hand out some sheets, or make sure you get a sheet. So take 5 minutes to get coffee, use the restroom, and then we don't have a featured speaker today. We're going to talk just a little bit about the chapter. All right, let's go ahead and settle down. Settle down. All right, I'm going to start my timer. So during one of the one-on-ones that we had a little group, one of the things, and by the way, don't ever buy an Amazon dongle. It doesn't, it just keeps running out, so I don't know what's happening. Anyways, okay, so I kind of put together a little bit about how the meetings are supposed to flow, and so we all want to maximize our time with BNI, right? So the end. Oh, okay. So we all want to maximize our time here and our investment. The end goal is, right, we all want to increase our profit and make money. So this just kind of goes a little quick overview. So the group's purpose is the giver's gain philosophy. And so the giver's gain is pretty much kind of like you give first without expecting anything in return. And by that you kind of build some rapport, you build some credibility. And then so kind of going over the meeting flow. So the first 15 minutes of the meeting, it is just kind of settling in, kind of mingling and networking slightly. It's not really for a time to do a one-on-one, but it is kind of a recap on what you guys have done. Then we always talk about the core value of the week, and that's where each of the future presenters give theirs. And then the member spotlight. So ultimately, this is where you tell people who you are, what you do, and that you're good at it, as well as, hey, this is the perfect referral for me. And they do want you to be specific, like they do say, okay, I don't just say anyone, right? Even though I'm guilty of that. But sometimes that might be the case, but the more specific you are, the better. And then we always welcome visitors and guests. We used to have a guest visitor day, and we'll talk more about that later. But pretty much we always welcome, regardless if they are an overlap or not. Obviously, the more people that we tell people about us, the better. And that, the connections is what we're looking for. The speaker presentation, that's just an opportunity for us to kind of dive more into what we do and ask questions. Now, this is where the Vice President report kind of like tells the story of like the impact that we have on each other. So this is where we report the one-on-ones, and you'll see that in the next slide, just kind of over the past week. So it's always important to log in your data because metrics is super important. That's a good way to track, to kind of know. So the one-on-ones, they're the foundation of deepening relationships. CEUs, that's just chapter education units. BNI has a vast collection of podcasts and stuff, and I'll talk more about that in a second. Obviously, the most important one is thank you for closed business. Something that was left out here was referrals. Because sometimes referrals don't lead to thank you for closed business, and there's a difference between a lead and a referral. So you have the warm and cold introductions. So our focus is to try to do that referral. Now for me, just send me a lead. I will go ahead and hunt it down. And then the thank you for closed business, that is once the transaction has been consummated, if you will. You go ahead and log.
Jackson, you got one.
I knew I was going to give it some good responses. So yeah, so where the deals are done, right? So that's where you log in. So once a month they send out, and I think everybody gets this spreadsheet. It's a lot of information, but if you kind of dig in there, there's something called a traffic light. That's where they do this point system. If you're in good standing, so if you're like green, yellow, red, and then gray, I think is the worst one. But very, very easy. Alex has talked about this, to stay in the green, and that is just have a one-on-one, come to the meeting, and maybe a CEU every now and then. And I think we've even broadened the CEU to not necessarily have to be a BNI thing. It could be a podcast or maybe a YouTube video that you looked at.
Or you're training from your company.
Perfect, training for your company. And then the I have section, that's pretty much where we each stand up and just kind of say, this is what I have. Now, in order of importance, right? So obviously, thank you for closed business, the referral, and then at least a testimonial, okay? I know I've been to other chapters. I went to one chapter and there was 8 or 9 people that stood and said, I have nothing. We want to not be that, at least, say some sort of testimonial, something that you've had an interaction with, even if at least you're like, oh, I like Aaron's shirt or jacket, something like that. Yeah, I'm just kidding about that, but just something positive All right. Then on the other side, special announcements. That's just kind of more or less trying to do the more networking part of everything. If there's a Tucker Business Group or the Fuse, I know that we mentioned that. And then really, this is kind of the original reason why we wanted to do this. So the group vibe dynamics, I think Randy and David agree, and Justin, when we were meeting about this, just that we really enjoy each other. We think we have a good vibe, right? We work well together, the energy is good, so the other thing that we want to ask is try to step out of your comfort zone. For example, sit with members you don't normally sit with. Because we do notice that sometimes there are these groups, I forgot what they're called, the real estate groups, the home services, and then there's power groups. Yeah, so try to get out of your, and cliques too,
Mean girls.
Absolutely. We're not trying to be mean girls here, so
Don't be a
absolutely.
wallflower. Get out and spread.
And then not lastly, but the fourth thing here, anyways, just talking about leveraging the BNI resources, okay? Like I mentioned, there's tons of resources about this, and I'm going to share some stuff. Back to my original thought, profitability is the goal, right? Like we're all here to try to, enhance ourselves and enhance other people as well, and to be someone that you can help. Like if you really focus on, hey, I want to be able to help people get a better rate, or like we get, better floors or something like that, or other floors.
Yeah.
And then just kind of continue working together, stay engaged, maximize the value of our meeting through investing in each other's success. So I did want to share, I emailed everybody links to this because we did talk about it. So the first one obviously is the chapter's members list. But the passport, that has tons of stuff in there. I'm just going to kind of scroll through it. But it talks about the core values, the code of ethics, the essential websites. Like I said, there's tons of resources. And then it does kind of go in here like how to successfully invite someone. So like this is really good. Like it tells you avoid saying BNI or weekly meeting. I mean, you guys know your audience. You guys have your pizzazz and your je ne sais quoi, like how to get people. And then just a little member success checklist, because the MSP, that's called, the Member Success Program. Thank you. And then how to ask for referral, be specific, describe your dream referral, and so on. And then just there's this like gains worksheet. BNI loves handing out worksheets. There's tons of stuff. Another little checklist. Everyone has been emailed this. It used to come in a nice little booklet, but it's too expensive. Or I don't know. I haven't been able to talk to it. But anyways, the next one that I talked about is their manual. I sent you guys the manual. It's 83 pages. It's just light reading, whatever.
That'll be a test next week.
Just a little talked about life with BNI, life without BNI, and then performing one-to-ones planner. So there's 2 planners. This planner is a little bit more concise, and then this kind of helps you with your weekly presentation. So once you finish your MSP, then we'll put you in the rotation where you can come and talk more about what you do. And then this one-on-one planner, this one is really extensive. I like this biography sheet. I've done it before. Randy actually was the one that went on our first one-on-one. He came super prepared with this. Just kind of tells you a little bit more about yourself and about your family, where you came from, what you do, or what hobbies you like, what bourbon you enjoy. No, I'm just kidding. But it has a lot more that I don't even go into, but just worksheets, contact sphere, previous customers. Like I said, BNI loves, they've got tons of tools, tons of graphics, but that's pretty much about it. I don't know. I'd love any feedback from people that have been here longer than I have, or maybe maybe people have seen something else. We got about 1 minute to go through that. Or if anyone wanted to add anything that maybe I missed. No?
These are all great tools. I mean, you're going to be able to pick and choose through all these. You're going to see kind of what rhythm works for you, and it's just going to open more doors for everybody. Just you're going to get to know the members better because of these tools, and it's a relationship-based business. The business follows the relationship. So this is a great door and tools to open those relationships.
Oh, I got one thing.
Yes, please.
Just, I love how we did a couple of years ago about the process of referring someone. And so when we come to that section, we talk about the referral. So it's not necessarily, hey, I referred myself to Mike. The idea is to talk about the process. And so like if I've got someone that's in the chapter that sends me a referral for flooring or carpet or whatever, let's talk about that. So, Misty sent me her friend that needs carpet, and so she might say, I did a 3-way email between Stuart and my customer and said that, I trust him and I trust his business. And so when we talk about the cadence of how we make the referrals, I think that's important to continue to share. So I think that's the nature of what we're talking about when we talk about the referral part.
Thank you. No, absolutely.
And
Yes,
I would add
Stephen?
too, as I'm becoming the education chair, there's so much resources online that I didn't even know about, the learning, and some of you don't know, probably like recognition wall is something. I was like, what is that? So we can recognize each other, and it goes out farther. Plus, like the testimonials online, we should be doing those way more. So there's so much resources. So, and I'm guilty of it too, but I'm gonna help y'all, help the group to grow that using all the tech tools that we already have.
And I'll be real quick.
Yes, please.
Kevin's visiting us today from another BNI chapter. It would behoove everyone in here to schedule a one-to-one with him, because that counts as one-to-one for him, as well as you guys, and you can learn more about his chapter and people they may not have the seat that you represent in this chapter, and it might benefit you to go visit. That puts you out there, you're doing another 60 seconds or 30 seconds. Yeah.
I love that, and that's super important. I know that some of us go to other chapters, or they'll visit other chapters. If you go to BNI Atlanta, it'll tell you the whole chapter list, and then now you can go in there and see, oh, they don't have a specialty that overlaps with me. And you go over there and just kind of, I mean, it's all about reaching and touching. I don't know why. Touches.
Like evermore.
All right. Let's go ahead and continue. So we got the Vice President's report. Alex is not here, but this pretty much kind of summarizes what we kind of talked about a little bit. Since we just began a new fiscal year for us, we've got referrals given 15, first-time visitors at 6. One-to-ones 34, CUs 20, and then thank you for closed businesses $3,700. I did want to add, I was in a group, I did visit one group, they had like 14 people and they had like $2 million between them. And I was like, wow, like these people, with a small group, they were doing that. So I know we can do better, but we just started.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to add to this?
Okay. So obviously we have, oh, please. I'm just going to go directly into it. So next week, Les was actually so kind. We want to start off on a good foot and up front, getting as many one-to-ones and making sure that we're, checking all of our boxes and starting a great year off. So Les was so kind to give us. Next week, we're going to do one-to-ones directly with each other and kind of maximize some of our numbers on the front end. The following week, we are going to have Alex present. So if you guys have anybody that you have invited to come to Alex's presentation, now would be the time to go ahead and begin to remind them, just confirm the dates and just make sure that they are aware of it. This would be the week that I am going to try to reach out to any of my friends, family, or former clients, and I'm going to try to bring them in as well. And then Aaron, 4 weeks from now, who can we begin to think about for your presentation to bring them in?
School administrators, people involved in PTAs, people that own businesses similar to mine but in different fields, so like karate dojos, tutoring centers, and the like. Coaches, people involved with kids' activities for the most part.
Perfect, perfect. Mentors and leaders of children.
There you go.
Okay. Beautiful. And then the following week we will have Misty, and then right after Misty we will have Randy. So if you guys have any topics or ideas for Misty and Randy or any questions, please reach out to them and tell them what you're wanting to hear during their presentations. And then I updated this just a little bit so that you guys could actually see, but everybody should have received an email from me in the 10 o'clock hour last night. Apparently, I'm up late thinking about BNI, but looks like this. This is what your invoice should look like. It's going to have all of the information tied to it so that it's easily legible. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Email should have come from MX Merchant. You can pay through the link directly in the invoice, or if you're having trouble or you just don't like that, please feel free to write us a check to BNI Decatur, and I'll take care of everything and still send you the receipt.
Okay, thank you, Justin. So now we have the IHAS section that we kind of talked about. So actually, I think last time we started this time, we're going to start this way. So very briefly, give, thank you for closed business, referral, or testimonial. So we'll start. Justin, sorry, Justin.
Yeah, so I had a couple of great one-to-ones over the course of the last week, and one thing that I'll kind of piggyback off of Ruben's conversation is the more that you do the one-to-ones and pay attention and actually think about it in the mindset, it actually helps you with your interactions outside of it. So I was having a just one-to-one networking conversation with somebody that happened to be in BNI, and we got a ton accomplished, and then a one-to-one. So all of that kind of came from the structure of BNI and being focused. So.
I had a one-to-one with Mike 2 weeks ago. Thank you. Veronica sent me her stuff to quote, so we're looking at that now. And then Josh sent me his stuff to quote, so thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I had a one-to-one with my Justin, and a referral from him as well. So that was really cool.
I had one with Allison and Stu, and Jordan will get together soon.
I like your jacket, Aaron.
I feel like everybody here does.
That's so funny. Thank you. I want to thank Aaron. We booked his band a long time ago to play in Taste of Tucker, and ended up several of them were out of town. And he tells me this 3 weeks out, but he went and found the other band to replace them, which was fantastic and very professional. Thank you. Tom, the referral we talked about last week. He tried to leave Tom and go somewhere else, and Tom, so basically we both said you don't know what the hell you're doing. And he came back and went with Tom. John split the 3 revised 4 of me this week, and then we had a great emergency one-to-one with Ruben and Stu.
I had a good one-to-one with Ruben yesterday and with Arkansas. A lot of fun. So thanks.
I had a great one-to-one with Lindsay the other night. Shared some queso. That was worthwhile.
Yeah.
And thank you for close business to Charday. I've been waiting to say that until she was inducted, but we did some life insurance for her and her husband.
Thank you for close business, Jackson and JD, as always. And testimonial to Bronwyn. I was in a situation I really needed some swag really fast. She really helped. I received it on my door in like a few days, and everything worked well. Thank you.
Oh, let's see. So actually, mine and Ivan's one-on-one was last week, not 2 weeks ago. But and also had a great one-on-one with Misty and Carl. I sent out a couple of referrals to Ivan and to Randy. I have to get in touch with you about what insurance just came back with. I'm a little frustrated with that. And I got a major one-on-one coming up with next week in Knoxville.
Personally, I like Carl's jacket, but I had a great one-to-one with Misty, and Jordan and I shared queso and had a one-to-one.
Testimonial for Misty is switching my business banking over to Tandem. It's been great.
I don't have much to say, but Josh's business cards, my 18-month-old, for whatever reason, loves them. He will sit, he will stare at them, cannot get them away from him.
So I think I could be the first to say I received a referral from the newest member, Charday, actually a week or so ago. That was awesome. And thank you for one-on-one last week. I'll talk about an announcement.
Just a shout out to Ruben for the email last night. I'm sure that took a lot of work to put that all together. I appreciate it, and it's a good reminder of how the whole process of BNI works. So thank you.
So I had a great one-to-one with Josh. And we just developed a tagline for him too. So, and then I was with one of my clients, and they were like, "I got in a car wreck recently, and my attorney's not very good." And I was like, "I got a guy." And so I sent a referral to Alan. So,
I had 6 or 7 one-to-ones last week, so I only leaving one out. But Art had Taste of Tucker on Saturday, And the representative for Waterford did not show up, so I worked the Waterford tent. And because I drink it, I knew a lot about it, and we were out of product in like 2 hours, so. I'm saying that to say, because I was present, I was able to help them out, and do that. So a lot of times you go to networking events. I also got business out of that, all right, say that later.
Awesome. It was a huge turnout. Go ahead, Chuck.
Just making sure it's fine. I wanted to say thank you to everybody for having me, and I look forward to doing some one-on-ones with you as well. The more I do here, the more I don't have to drive to Marietta's.
I guess those would be great right now. So, thank you, Jordan, for setting me up with the life insurance. I have several meetings with several people here. I look forward to meeting with a lot more and setting up one-on-ones a lot more of you guys.
Stuart gave an agent in my office your info the other day. They said it was a small space, but it's a floor. So, and then Rick, just want to shout out, there's an agent that I brought into KW from another brokerage. She really didn't have the training and resources that our office provides, and I love to see that she's starting to adapt some of our vendors, including Rick. I think she's done 2 home inspections with you now, so thank you for taking care of her.
I need some swag, so I'm working with Bronwyn. We haven't set up a date yet to meet for one-to-one, but definitely next week would be great. But also, I want to give a shout out to our illustrious personal injury attorney, Alex, because I contacted him because an old friend of mine lives in town, has a place that needed to be inspected because the HOA wasn't doing anything. So Alex sent me a referral to somebody who kind of deals with that, another attorney, a litigation attorney, and it's working out great for him. So thanks, Alex, and I'll thank you for somebody who gets there.
Also, thank you to somebody that's not here, Israel. He sent me over to another coach, and it's really nice to meet with other coaches that don't do exactly what I do. And she is setting me up and just connecting with the church for public speaking.
I had a referral for Justin to the property and casualty in another chapter, and I was just in that chapter and asked him how it was going, and he said that was the best referral he's ever gotten out of BNI. So he said he saved 40 people using Justin from getting their insurance cut because of dirty roofs. So I really listened to him and got the cars checked out. I bought a car, and it ended up being a car from Katrina, which we learned after 16 starters and looking into it. So.
Thanks to Ruben, Art, and Jake for the compliments on the jacket. You guys know how to make a man feel beautiful. And then I have a number of referrals that I have thank yous for, but I want to save it because I have a great story from 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. I posted in the Slack channel if anybody knew a videographer. The next day, on Thursday, Jude was here, purely by coincidence. That Saturday, he came in and did a last-minute video shoot for us. And by the following Wednesday morning, he had a 30-minute clip cut, edited, ready to go that we then were able to submit before a deadline for a TV commercial that we are having come out as part of this grant that we were set before. So just the power of BNI, part of it is you never know who's going to show up. And this group in particular tends to attract just amazing people. So thanks to all. Remember Ron Judah?
Yeah.
Oh, go for it. Go.
Thank you for the compliment. I also like Carl's jacket. Had we did one-on-ones last week with Misty and Michael and Saba and the mayor of Tucker. Just looking forward, and hopefully that works out with you and Joel. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off of what Aaron said about the Power BNI, so Robert Ross he's part of the Midtown chapter. He's come and visited here a couple times. He came in as a patient, reached out to him about some HVAC referrals that he sent my way. He recommended one even closer, and then we had an HVAC issue pop up. was able to get a guy come out like that very next morning, which makes the business owner look very professional when one of your employees says like, hey, something sounds like it's going on with the HVAC, has somebody out at 8 o'clock next morning, now because we need to put the power BNI. So anyway.
I got 2 referrals, one from Stuart, one from Jordan, and I continue to get more referrals as the store keeps giving.
Yeah.
Great. I had the good one-on-one yesterday with Stuart and Art, and testimonial to Tom. He definitely have some policies with him, and definitely looking forward to. I got a renewal coming up, so we'll see. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so that's great. Thank you so much. So now it's VP referral reality check. Usually Alex handles all this, but is there a referral that someone would like to speak on that one member gave to another?
I'm sending one over to Josh. He was looking for a customer service rep. I know a employment agency that has plenty right in his wheelhouse. I made the email introduction yesterday, and both of them will hook up.
Nice. All right, Senior Justin, who did you think won the products?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if everybody here that leaned into education remembers that I'm a former teacher, so you might have been playing to your audience on that one. But we have a lot of great, like, second, third, fourth places. Les for bringing up the Vandy loss. That was terrific. Misty for always being the master of education and teaching us about the power of control over the banking. Aaron for telling us that he'll charge even if you don't learn anything. Evan for active presentations all of the time. Michael touching on education as well. But I think we all knew exactly at the time that we were given the middle finger to health insurance that it was going to Hunter.
All right, any special announcements?
Yeah, I got one. So I will be attending my wife's surgery tomorrow. There will be no emergency one-on-one unless Justin, that you want to cover.
I'm checking. Hold on.
In lieu of that, I invite all of you to breakfast immediately after down at Sun in my belly. Right? So if you need emergency one-on-ones, great opportunity to spend a few moments and get a couple of eggs.
I also have another announcement. So with the Tucker Business Association, we are actually co-hosting tonight. There is a candidate forum. I sent in the Slack the details. It's at a church that's right off Coolidge, which is up Proctor Road. And it's for candidate forum for the DeKalb County Super District 7, which is being vacated by Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, who is the incoming CEO of DeKalb. So I don't know who the candidates are. And then there's a couple other seats in the Georgia House, and then also the whatever the opposite of the Senate, Georgia. And if you're like me, sometimes you get in the voting booth and you're like, this name looks good. No? Like, I really don't know sometimes local candidates. So this is just a great way to kind of know who you're voting for, especially if you live in DeKalb County. So I'll be there kind of moderating and helping. The other thing is, next Thursday, the Tucker Business Association, a couple of you have already signed up, thank you, Misty. We have, our luncheon is, and it follows this meeting pretty much at 11:30. We have the CEO, the incoming CEO of DeKalb County speaking, Lorraine Cochran-Johnson. So very big hit. It was hard to schedule her. I coordinated with her assistant, which was hard. But she's great, great speaker, and just setting the tone for like what her leadership will be like. And if you don't know who she is, she's got billboards where she's the one, her calling cards like her big classes, which anybody Lorraine Cochran-Johnson. So there we go. We don't know about it, so get out and be involved civically. So that's kind of the neat thing. So there's stuff in the Slack for more information on it. Thanks.
Yes.
So my announcement has to do with my home BNI. We have one of our members is doing an annual fall cookout fundraiser. They're looking for sponsors. It's for Life Moves Manual Therapies, and it's called Everybody Moves Fund. It's for people who have physical pain, who can't afford to go to a doctor. It's a fund that's set up for them to get the physical therapy that they need. It's a fundraiser, and they're looking for sponsorships. It's on Thursday, November 7th from 5 to 7:30, and if you can sponsor, or if you just want to go and check it out, let me know, and I'll get you the information.
All right. Slack was mentioned for the new members. Just if you're not on the Slack channel, email me and I will get you on it. It's a lot easier for me for you to tell me instead of me looking to see if you're on there or not. All right, so this is the time, but I think all the visitors have been here before, so we don't need to get them to go talk to the visiting host team. And the closing quote: the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. So that's by Steve Jobs. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Y'all have an awesome rest of the day.